Hey, this is Gary from GAN Railroad. In today's video, I'm going to do a recap of the York Train Show October 2024, as well as show you my haul. And then at the end of the video, we'll show you trains running around the track, so you get to see the items that I bought, and some of them you might see in the background running behind me, some rolling stock and some engines. So stay tuned. Okay, first when I went out to York on Thursday morning, it's about a 3 hour drive for me, from Eastern Pennsylvania. And I got there around 12:30. Always try to leave at 9. It opens at noon. So I got there 12:30, walked around. I started in the Orange Hall. I went right for a place called M&P. It's MNP. Uh, MNP Industry. I forget off the top of my head. Anyway, you'll see it later in the video. It's a guy who takes box cars, usually Atlas or MTH, sometimes Lino, and he puts electronics in them and makes them into cleaning cars. The two little things that spin around, pads. You change the pads, and I saw that he was going to be there when I looked on Clem's Primer of the people in the Orange Hall, so I had to go there and grab a cleaning car. I did get an engine later on, but that was Saturday. But anyway, I walked around. Of course, you get tired. It's a lot of walking. Walked through all the different halls. Uh, then on Friday, went back. Friday morning was the YouTube thing, the YouTube get together, which was very interesting. It's always a lot of fun. They gave away a lot of prizes, make a lot of people happy, especially kids, which is nice. And that was about an hour and a half, and you can find that. I believe Eric Siegel's putting that online. I think Art from Arts Models Trains recorded it, but Eric Siegel's going to put it up. He apparently has the time. And anyway, they was on there with Peachy's Trains and Sid from Sid's Trains because JD Stucks couldn't make it. Chris Montagna from Chris's Trains and Things. He emceed the whole thing and asked the questions. He's the one who organized it. He did a great job. And they're not going to do it in April because they think it's too much. So they're going to do it next October. So if you didn't see it this time, it won't be till, and they're probably going to do it on Friday. It won't be till October next year. It'll probably be on a Friday. Walked around some more. Then I guess around 2 in the afternoon, the power went out. Somebody hit a pole, and that was it. And they lost all the power, not just on the fairgrounds, but around the surrounding area. Then the power came back on. People were still shopping. I was. There was enough light in the buildings. You had to pay cash. But then the lights finally came on, and all of a sudden people started flocking back in the halls and buying stuff, and pretty crazy. It was very crowded going to the parking lots. On Thursday it was pretty crowded. Friday morning I got there at 10. It opens at 9. And I drove through the one end of the parking lot to the other. Finally, to park right near the entrance, the one entrance by the main gates. And I had to park on the grass. Everybody's parked on the grass. There were a lot more RVs than usual, not just by the Blue and Silver Hall, but up by the fairground area where the grandstands are. All kinds of people camping there. So I don't know what the numbers are, but it's probably pretty good. And then on Saturday, went back. Actually, on Friday, when the lights were out, I saw two items I wanted. And the guy, I guess, went and took a break, and somebody's just looking at his table, watching over his table, but he didn't want to sell anything. So I went back, and those two items were still there Saturday. I bought them, and then went back to the Orange Hall. I ended up getting some things I looked at. I ended up getting everything I wanted to pick up. So overall, it was great. It was a lot of fun. About everything I went to get. People talk about white whale things or whatever. For me, I'd have to say it's 5 years ago, Lionel released GG1s in semi scale and Lion Chief 2.0, and they released 5 of them, and there's 3 that I'd like to get. So I look for them, and I don't see anything online for sale. I thought maybe with the new GG1s there'd be something, but I guess people are holding on to them. So anyway, maybe I'll come across them at some point, but that's okay. It's always something to look forward to. And basically, nice hotel I stayed at for a couple of days. I do the continental breakfast. I don't go to around the clock and all that because it's just too crowded. So I just eat the free breakfast. It saves you money. Why not? The more stuff you could buy, even if it's small stuff like scenery things, like this here, this flock. This is really cool stuff. I already put some of it down. It's a forest canopy. It's called. You pour it on the ground under trees and that. You see the branches. Just looks like all kinds of leaves and that laying around and dead pine needles. Of pretty cool stuff. At Scenic Express, they're not there anymore. Lionel's not there anymore. Um, Nicholas Smith is back, but Train World, I guess, has decided not to go anymore. They didn't show up in April. One of Ken Jr. was having a baby. I guess they figured it wasn't worth it, so they didn't come back. Some people do that, but it doesn't matter. It's still a great time. A few people aren't there. It's not going to stop me from anyway. Going, although I can't go. That's about it. Not like a whole bunch of big stories. Just that it's a good time. If you get a chance to go, you should really go. It really is great to be there. You meet people, talk to them, friends, become friends with some of them, maybe get a lot of hints, a lot of information. Um, and you can see, especially in the Orange Hall, people making innovative new products, such as who's the one? Millwork, I think it's called Millwork or Millhouse, Millwork Industries. They're usually next to where MTH is. They make conveyor belts that operate, coal dump machines, like a whole thing, roundhouses. Then there's trainlayouts.com. They're there. They have all kinds of laser cut bridges made out of wood and everything, and little bridges you could put your track on if you want an upper level. And all, they'll custom do stuff. A lot of people there, they'll help you out. They do custom work. So if you have an idea for a layout, take it there, write it down, uh, do a preliminary with them, and then they'll get in touch with you, and you do more, and they'll make some parts for your products, whatever. You find parts there, so it's really really worth going. I really suggest you go. Anyway, enough of me blabbering and promoting the show. Everybody just stay tuned for my haul and then see trains running around the track. And thank you for watching. Please like, share, rate, subscribe, and comment. Thank you. We'll start off. I got these two trees here. This one here, and I put this one here. Temporarily, they may stay there. They came in this Woodland Scenics container. And you can see it right there. And this pipe loads I got here. Now this car is a Menards car that I've had. I just put the pipe loads on to see if they would fit. The pipe loads I bought. Alright, let's start here with the Evans Design lights. These are connected LEDs. It's like a string of Christmas lights, two of them. I'm going to put them on a bridge. Then I got the guy in the Whitehall has the people sitting down. 50 for 25. These are, I believe, it's 8 construction guys for $6. Now, these are really nice. They look like sheets of plywood. 3 of them I've taken out and put on the layout. I'll show you that. These trash cans, as you can see, they have to be painted. And just from B&B Tools, that was just some grease. Refill, masking tapes, glue. And I also got these pallets here. $5. You can see, I got 2 sets of them. And I got these billboards here. These are actually tin billboards. And they have the little fold out things like a picture frame on the back. A vac. This I got, I'm going to put this on a flat car because trying to buy a car that actually has this on it is very expensive. This was at a parts guy. Let me see where the parts guy's card is. There it is, East Coast Train Parts. That's where I got that, and I got these too. These little pipe things here. And then there's sunflower seeds, some shrubbery, American flag for the building, barbecue pit. Then I got a Scenic Express flock. This is a forest, like a canopy. You just pour it down on the underneath trees, and that kind of looks like a, well, it doesn't, kind of, it does. It looks like trees and debris, like leaves and all that laying around. Stuff that you'd see in a forest. And then I got my three refills of my favorite ones: fireplace, cinders, and smoke pellet. I do like the pipe smoke, but I like MTHs. That smells like a Captain Black pipe that smoke that my uncle used to smoke. And I did smell their cut grass. I think they improved it. I didn't like it before, but the bottles did smell like actual cut grass. So maybe they made an improvement, but I didn't pick that up. Something else I bought was this here. This is a railing that you bend these under, but you can only bend them once, otherwise they'll break off. And you screw it underneath, and it would be like here, like on this corner here, coming around. And you can paint it or whatever. It's taped into a circle right now. I don't feel like I'm taping it, but I got that. Here's the plywood pallets that I put on the layout. So they fit in a really nice spot there with this Lionel plug and play building. Bought a few things from Trains and picked it up there, so save on shipping. And the thing I bought was this Noke grass mat. It's very large. I like this stuff. I do have one sheet of it on my layout, and this stuff doesn't come off at all like the other types. But this is for a future layout. I have another roll. I'm pretty sure I'll use them. If I don't, they're not open, I can always resell them. Another item are these capacitors, which are sold by John Will through Hennings Trains. He has a deal with them, and you put them in older passenger cars, and they hold a charge so the lights don't flicker. Okay, the railing that I showed you that was just rolled up, that's the company, Klaus Model Rails. And here's some of the stuff they do. I know I'm filming on a computer and I could just do it on the computer, but I have this camera ready to go. So this is what it is. It supposedly makes your says that it makes your layout stronger, especially if it's on a curve. Right up there on the shelf is where I want to put it, coming around that curve right there, because you can see how close the track is. Okay, just a few other things that I found. Forgot about this truck here, ice cream truck. These garbage pails, paint them. Got this at B&B Tools as a refill. A few things, some glue and tape and grease. I bought these guys, the family barbecuing. This is really nice. These are pallets of plywood stacked up. And this will look nice next to the house, the Lionel plug and play house that's under construction. And here is the M&P car that I was talking about earlier. The cleaning car business. I also got these Ross switches. I got two of them, the 100M Ross Ready Remote regular switch. And the reason I got two of the same ones is I'm going to, here you can see them here with the DZ1000s. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hook them together, one end to end, and this way I'll have a crossover between the tracks. And instead of using 2072 switches, which create like a curve and makes an S curve, and sometimes they can give you derailments and problems, so this is actually get a straight piece of track between the two. And it's just like a gradual thing, and it's good for passenger cars because they're kind of temperamental and can jump out of the track. Let's start with the rolling stock. I got 4 of these CSXs, hoppers. I have another 2 that gives me 6. The other ones are down there. There's the box. I'm not going to take them out and run them. I am going to run the train in a little bit, all the rolling stock. But these I'm just going to leave off. I just remembered I had them. I'll run them another time with the other 2. And I have the Cole and Coke cars on order, so that'll be really cool. If I can get 6 more of these, look like a really good consist. And I have a CSX engine. Alright, let's go to the first engine here. Engine, I meant rolling stock. This was a TCA exclusive. They had sold these at their convention. This was a leftover 6464 boxcar replica. And the door opens. And it's very plain on the bottom. I'm not going to take it off. It's the same on the other side. There's not much graphics on there. And then the next thing was a CSX car. You can see a little bit of graphics. This is an auto rack. Now these are semi-scales, the ones that I buy. They don't tip over if you go too fast. So I like them. A lot of people don't. But that's good. It's more for me. And And the next one is also an auto rack. It's Milwaukee Road, the trailer train. And you can see some of the detail on it. So for semi-scale, these are very well detailed. Now the next thing here is, again, I'm in the middle on auto racks, and intermodals are okay, but I buy semi-scale. You get them for like $70 each, and I'd rather just do that. The big ones just take up too much space. Here's a double stack. I'm gonna have to take the top one off because it doesn't fit under my bridge. I'm gonna have to get rid of my bridge eventually. I'm gonna do another layout. That bridge it's just not tall enough. And then the LCCA was selling these for $5. It's like another stacker, and it opens up inside. There's nothing really in there, but for $5, why not? And then I got the LCCA Christmas car. That's this year's car. Look at how beautiful that is, man. I mean, that's gorgeous. And they use the same base underneath as the 6464 boxcar, where it's just very plain, just a piece of sheet metal. These do have sprung trucks. So all these cars I've showed you so far have spring trucks. Then I got last year's Christmas one, sprung trucks. I really like this. I didn't like this year, so I didn't buy it. I don't collect them all. I buy what I like. I just like it. Silhouettes are really good, well done. Everything's clear and defined what's going on here. You have a father chop down a live tree, taking it back to his kids. Look at the joy on them. You can tell they're very happy. So I think that's just really cool. I like the story on it. Then I got this Pennsylvania Express refrigerator car. This I got off of Trains. And as you can see, it's not heavily detailed. Little separately applied ladders, but these do not open. The hatches don't open. Then the next thing I also got off of Trains. Oh no, not Trains. This is somebody at the hall had this. This was never opened, and I don't know how old this is. It's an older style box. It's probably 20 years old. It's a coal dump car. I do have the coal chute still in a box, as well as the little bin it goes into. I'm not going to use them right now, so just run the car around. And it has a plunger underneath so that this opens up. Then the next thing I got, I've seen this before at shows. This I bought off Trains. Just think this is really cool. This boat actually, you take this piece out here and put batteries in it, and it'll go in water. And it'll swim around water. If you have a kid and you want to pick one of these up, they'll get a kick out of it. Because they can take it in the bathtub with them. This, I guess, will go on the GAN Railroad Western Branch, which services the west coast of the United States. Now the next thing here, I saw in the Blue Hall, an older car. It's carrying 2 generators on it, chain down. Just really nice, pretty sharp. Now I got this Menards car here. Had to get this when I saw this for, somebody sold it for $15. I said, I gotta take it because I like construction equipment. What does that? Not the best construction noises, but it's pretty cool. And this is the Lionelville Fire Company, and this is a water tank, and you can see the generator on it so they could pump water out. And then these last two are old, I guess MPC era Wheaties. The other side's a little faded where it says Wheaties, but otherwise just looks really sharp. And the same guy was also selling this. Bringing up the rear, Conrail. Don't have much Conrail, and I have a cousin. My oldest cousin Jerry used to work for Conrail when they first started. Then he moved on to SEPTA in the 80s. And these two were $10 each, but the guy gave them both to me for $15. So I got $5 off. Not a bad deal. And then let's see what else. Okay, U.S. Steel over here, ore car. which also has sprung trucks on it, although the ore is very sad looking. Look how brown that is. So I'm going to have to make that orange. I have ore dust. I'll spray it with glue on top. Just put the ore dust on it so it looks like ore. And this, the pipe load, the car I already had, I should say the flap car. But the pipe load I got off of Ralph's Trains. He makes these. And each color is a different size. This was only $10, so I got to grab it. Looks really cool. And where I got the dump car, the same guy had this Lionel trolley. I was looking for some trolleys that I've seen in the past, like the Christmas ones and that. Nobody really had anything. It had a lot of Halloween or road, kind of, I should say, city names on it that didn't appeal to me. But I saw this. This was never used, ever. It was all wrapped. The wrapping was actually sealed, unless they had some type of thing that sealed it up, but I doubt it. I don't think people do that with trains. It's got the silhouettes in it, but it runs. I tried it out and it runs. Let's look at the next two things, which are, one is really cool. All right, this item came from Many New Products, M&P Products. And what this is a track cleaning car. You can probably see underneath there the one of the things. And it's got two of them here. And you can see underneath it has the on-off switch right there. And right there the pads go on. And let's see if we can open this up here. It's got the electronics in it. Get it in the light here. The guy who sold them, I guess he makes them or whatever, said you could, there's a way to put a light underneath, and he had a light underneath. I didn't really care about that. So you can watch the pads spinning. The pads do spin. It's supposed to be propelled, but the more you put up the voltage, it doesn't seem to self-propel. But he did say it could be, I'll have to look it up. I think he said DCC, and I do have a DCS Explorer. But you could just put it on an engine and run it around. And I bought a whole bunch of extra pads because I do have a cleaning car that puts little paint rollers on it. But this thing's got to work way better with the scrubber. Now this, I believe, he didn't have any special deal, so I'll tell you the price. It was, I believe, like $262 or $264. And then I bought like $30 worth of pads, so it was like $300. But to me, it's worth it because there's areas of the track I can't reach unless I get up on a ladder. Because my platform, I won't be doing it on the next layout, but I can't reach certain areas. So that's a big help. Now here's the very last thing. Let's get this turned on. I'll show you a slight demonstration. See how they spin? It's supposed to help propel them. You can control it with DCS apparently. I'll just put it on and have it pulled by a car. Maybe I'm doing it wrong to look at the instructions, but that's how it works. So that's a big help. Now here's the very last thing. I was hoping to find, against hope because of the GG1s coming out, the Lion Chief 2.0 GG1s that are semi-scale that were out 5 years ago. Nobody's had them. They're not on the market at all. So, and I didn't pre-order this engine. And I went online. I couldn't find it anywhere. I asked people. Finally, I realized there's some aisles in the orange hall I didn't go down. And I saw Brady's Trains there. And he had the only one that I could find. And it's this. The Norfolk Southern Heritage unit. It's the Lionel engine. And I will do a full review on this. I'm also going to do a full review on that cleaning car too. The track's clean. I just cleaned it, so it's going to be another month or two. I wanted to get real dirty to see how that works. Here's the back of it. Try to get the other side here. I don't know. Is that too close? Really weird. Here's the top. This comes off. That comes off real easy. Usually the ones on Lionel don't come off that easy. Let me try to tip this over here. Here's the underneath of it. See, it's got 4 pickup rollers. All right, so thanks for watching. It's my York haul and my blabbering about my thoughts on it. And now I'm going to show you this stuff running around the track and the new engine running. I'm not going to show you. Maybe I'll show you the cleaning car for a few seconds, just how it, like, spins around. But I'm going to show you the engine and a little train run. So thanks for watching. Please like, share, rate, comment, and subscribe.